Hefner's male Playboy fantasy lived on in Diddy. Sean Combs turns 55 on November 5, and he is all but certain to spend his birthday in the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, facing federal charges of sex trafficking and racketeering and conspiracy. Mr. Combs physically and sexually abused victims for decades, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson said, while successfully arguing at his September 19 arraignment for a Manhattan federal magistrate to remand the hip-hop mogul. He used the vast resources of his company to facilitate his abuse and cover up his crimes. Simply put, he is a serial abuser and a serial obstructor. Almost 6 years ago, on November 4, 2018, Combs marked his 49th birthday by donning a knockoff NASA spacesuit that had the word "love" on the chest and boarding a small private plane with parachute. "I'm gonna jump out a plane and attempt to land 2 houses down in the backyard of the Playboy mansion," he said in an online video he made of the stunt at the time. "I'm living my best life." After pausing to tell everybody to be sure to vote in the next day's midterm election, Combs proceeded to parachute onto the grounds of the 29-room, 21,987 square foot Gothic Revival residence in Holcomb Hills where Playboy publisher Hugh Hefner had died the year before. Hefner had long portrayed himself as living what he sold as every male's fantasy. Women were just objects, and they were not even that unless they were young and had a certain look and bra size. Combs ascribed to a hop-hop version of the Playboy lifestyle. Years before the rapper's stunt, Hefner had let him host a party at his mansion after the 2012 Grammy Awards. "This is actually one of the hottest parties I've ever thrown. Right now at the Playboy mansion. Let's go," he reportedly tweeted. Maybe it was a little too hot. TMZ would report that he was suddenly hit with an extreme migraine. His entourage took him to the emergency room at the UCLA Medical Center, where he was examined and released. But that did not dim Combs' admiration for the Hefner philosophy. In 2014, Combs paid $40 million for a newly constructed European-style villa, a brief stroll from Hefner's mansion. Like Hefner, Combs now had a private movie theater and a pool with a grotto. Hefner died in 2017. In an added insult to women, he was interred 1 row and 4 spaces from the woefully objectified Marilyn Monroe at Pierce Brothers Westwood Village Memorial Park and Mortuary in Los Angeles. He had purchased this crypt for $75,000 a quarter-century before. The hip-hop version of Hefner's male fantasy lived on in Combs, but his self-image was too macho to just lounge around in pajamas. He made that clear the following year. Combs' home sat on just 1.3 acres, but the grounds of the nearby Playboy mansion were 5.3 acres, big enough for Combs to make his big birthday skydive. He descended out of a blue sky onto the grassy lawn while in the lap of an experienced parachutist. "I did it," Combs proclaimed in a tweet that has since been deleted. "Thank you to my neighbors at the Playboy mansion for letting me use their house to land. No fear." Combs might have come up with something even more dramatic for his birthday this year, along with a fresh reminder to vote the next day. This in one of the most momentous elections in American history. But, where he sported a NASA suit on his 49th, Combs is almost sure to be wearing a prison uniform for his 55th.